John is with us in San Diego. Hey, John, welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hi, Dave. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. How can I help?
My question is about, me and my wife were currently on baby step 2. We should be done paying off our debt. Our goal is by the end of this year, we should be debt-free. Mm-hmm. But my actual question is from my $1,000 emergency fund, because I know that $1,000 will, cover any small emergency stuff like that. But at the same time, I always get nervous. And what if something happens and a major emergency that's going to cost more than $1,000, that will require that amount? And so my question is, would you recommend me to at least beef up my $1,000 to like $1,500 or $2,000, or stick to the $1,000?
And how much did you have in savings before you started all this?
I'm sorry, say it again. I'm sorry.
How much did you have in savings before you started all this?
I think it was, we started, I totally forgot, but I know I saved up close to $1,000.
So you've never had more than $1,000?
I've never had, I think I had one, but I purchased it to the, I remember I had almost $2,000 for when we purchased our water heater, and it broke. Mm-hmm. And so I used that amount, and so we're down to $1,000.
Okay, so you've never had more than $3,000 in your life?
Never.
Okay. All right. And what's your household income, sir?
Between me and my wife, I'd say close to probably like $55,000 a year.
Good for you. Okay, cool. All right. And you said you would be debt free, not counting your house, by the end of the year?
Not counting the house, yes. I think our total debt right now is close to a little over $6,000. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. You should be debt free before then. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, you need to tighten this budget up and get out. Here's the thing. Okay. The difference in $1,000 and $1,500, with all the different things that can happen to us, really isn't spit. And so, if you cheat on the baby steps and make it $1,500, does it end the world? No, but it really doesn't help you that much. Because the chances of you having a $3,000 event is still just as high, and $1,500 doesn't help with that. And so, what I would do if I were in your shoes is I would stick with the $1,000, with the idea that it's very temporary. We're only $6,000 away from starting to raise this account. And I would use a little bit of the fear that you have as my motivator for cutting really, really deep, and for being on a budget, a written plan on my Every Dollar app with my wife. And we're going to be very, very, very detailed here. Because here's the thing. If you can find $1,000 a month out of your $55,000, you'll have that other debt paid off in 6 months. And a month later, you'd have $2,000 in your savings. And a month later, you'd have $3,000 in your savings. And a month later, you'd have $4,000 in your savings. And by the end of the year, you could have $6,000, $7,000 saved and be debt-free if you did this at a rate for starting today of $1,000 a month. And $1,000 a month is doable on 55. And a part-time job and a garage sale and selling some stuff, looking around there, what else we can do might make all this happen even faster. And so the good news is you don't have a lot of debt, so there's not a lot standing between you and actually starting to build a real emergency fund. Because $1,000, I agree with you, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's almost as much as you've ever had, though. And so I want to get you in a position that for the first time in your life, you're sitting on $10,000 as your emergency fund and no payments in the world but your house payment. That's where I want you to go. And I really think you're not that far from that. So let's lean in and let's do that.